Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me for this new video around my campaign Operation Dark Winter. So today we are ready to do mission number 10 and this is the board we are going to play on today. I did a brief overview of it at the end of the mission briefing, so I will straight away show you where I decided to be deployed, and it's on that side of the board. So now, since in the last mission I've unlocked the vehicles, I can choose where I want to be deployed, and this is going to be here. I've decided to deploy here because I have the store over here where I have a big chance of finding some resources. So we'll go for the store first, secure that street, then move on. The objective is to save the GTF leader, and he's in one of those two buildings on the ground floor. He's hidden. Actually, his model is right there, ready to be placed on the board. So this is Roy Benitez, the leader of the Joint Task Force, and he's alongside two GTF models. One of them is injured, and the injured model can only move 3 inches if he's being helped by someone. So that will be a challenge. I can't run once I found the location of my objective. So yeah, the goal: moving to the store, finding resources, securing the streets, looting some military vehicles along the way to find some equipments, and then going for the objective in one of those two buildings. I have a weapon cache, like a crate over here where it's a guarantee loot, but it's a bit too far from where I am right now, so I won't probably go toward it. And yeah, once I have secured the objective, probably the safest exit will be that one, which is close to where I'm spawning. So all my guys are already set up, ammo are loaded in the magazine. I have the Fog of War card, so I have already one Fog of War at turn 1 before even starting to move. And the only thing I want to do now is define where my sniper will be placed. And it will be actually on that side, 5 inches on that side. So yeah, I will place roughly his position and I will see you just after. So that's the location of my sniper. It's really far from perfect. If someone goes in the middle of the street near the blue truck, that might be helpful, but other than that, it's yeah, not that great, but yeah, that's the game. So yeah, now we are ready to start. First thing first, let's draw a Fog of War card. Oh. Rogue agent. One rogue agent entered the area from a random table edge. Oh my god, so that's going to be a challenge. Let's place it down and have a look at what just happened. I will place on screen right now the special rules when spawning a rogue agent. Leave it a couple of seconds, pause it if you want to have a better look at it. And this is the model that just spawned. So this is a rogue agent. You have like the gas mask, you have the back, the contaminated pack on the back. He also spawned with that phalanx shield. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So he will spawn on one side of the board, and since the alert is not raised, his goal will be just to move to the other side. So let's actually pick where he will be deployed. So obviously it won't be this area, it can be either here, so it's 1, 2, 3 and 4, and on a 5, 6 I will reroll. 1, 2, 3, so he will be deployed over here, and his goal will be to move on the opposite side, which is actually where I'm deployed right now. So he'll place that model with his phalanx shield on the opposite side of the board. He will be deployed right there. And actually, let's say he's deployed mostly behind the car, so he doesn't start the hostility with that token right now. And yeah, that's it for that first Fog of War card. Now we can move on to the movement phase. I'm just going to throw a dice to define which goes first, if it's the Rogue Agent or myself. On a 1, 2, 3, it's the Rogue Agent. On a 4, 5, 6, it's myself. Okay, so it's myself. I will start first. So as I told you, my goal will be to move toward the store, trying to avoid the path of the Rogue Agent. And yeah, let's go on to the movement phase and move my guys. End of my movement. I move the team on the left, the Special Force, alongside the two National Guard on the left to have eyes on that token over here ready to fire. Same thing over here, I'm advancing toward that second token on that second tile over here. So I'm going to draw first one card for that one. I don't need to do a detection roll. Okay, so we have an enemy over here. Now drawing a card for that one too. And let's hope it's not an enemy, that one. Oh ho ho ho! We have the enemy leader right in front of us. Okay, so yeah, let's actually first roll to define the direction they are facing to see if we need to engage all of them this turn. So first for that token, let's see where he's facing. Okay, so this one is not facing my direction, that's great. Now for that second one. And also this one is not facing myself. Okay, perfect. I will place down the enemy and see you after that. So the two enemies just spawned. Down here we have two assaulters and one controller that can deploy a turret. And over here we are 4 enemy models. We have one leader in the middle, one thrower, and 2 assaulters, one with an AK, one with a pistol. So that's it for their movement. Now let's check that's it for my movement. Now let's check the Rogue Agent. Yeah, just going to move him. He will actually have line of sight on that one. So yeah, let's first draw one card for that. And it's empty. Yup, it's empty. So nothing over here. I would have preferred to have drawn that card myself. So nothing on that token. Yeah, if he's going to move over here, his best bet will be to move. Yeah, on a 1, 2, 3, he will move right away. On a 1, 2, 3, he will take the alley, then left, then straight in that direction. And on a 4, 5, 6, he will just stay in the middle of the street. So 1, 2, 3, he will take the alley. So yeah, let's move him, and then we can move the rioters. So now for the rioters faction movement phase, I'm going to start with that small group in the construction yard. So okay, perfect, they are moving 1 inch in that direction, so they won't be facing me. And now for that second group over here, same thing. Perfect, also 1 inch in the just down the street, so that's perfect, we are safe that turn, and we can jump onto the next turn after I move, of course, all of the group and also all the placement token. Also, actually, since I won't be firing that turn, I'm going to loot 2 cars. I have access to that one over here and that one. I forget to leave someone close to that one. So I'm going to loot those 2 civilian cars. Let me just pick 2 different colored dice. And where is my loot table? That's that one. So 2 loot on the civilian table, a 2 and a 4, nothing, and a 3 and a 5, a 3 and a 5. We found some building materials for, it was like Shane Walsh. So building materials for Shane Walsh. Let's move on to next turn. Turn 2, end of my movement phase, so I decided to advance all my guys toward that group. This guy doesn't have any silenced weapon, so he just moved back to loot that police car. I'm ready to move the rogue agent. I'm just going to first draw one card since he will see, oh, and it see an enemy level 2. That's great. That means that he will start to engage them, and it will draw attention on that side of the board. Level 2, so 3 assaulter plus 1 support. So that means that here there are 3 assaulter and 1 support. Let's place that on the board. Just going to roll to define where they are looking. They are looking at the opposite direction. So I can just turn all of them in that direction. So rogue agent attack enemy when they encounter them, so I thought maybe since he's alone he will try to sneak past the enemy group, but no, he will attack them. So what he will do is he's equipped with an assault rifle. Yes. He's equipped with an assault rifle, but he have this cool phalanx shield, and phalanx shield basically can make the bounce ricochet. So what he will do, he will actually deploy his phalanx shield and move straight in front of the enemies. This will give the phalanx shield first give him +1 in defense, but also all the fire shot directly at him will have a chance, will ricochet. How does that work? It's all the missed targeting roll will ricochet and will bounce off toward the enemy themselves, so there is a chance he can kill some enemies with the ricochet. And also, since he is equipped with that phalanx shield, he won't be able to fire with his main weapon, he will switch to his pistol. But we'll check that after in the combat phase. Now let's move on to the enemy movement phase, and for that I'm going to grab my scatter dice and move the 2 enemy groups over here. The 2 rioters group move, this one move just 1 inch in that direction, and this one move 1 inch toward the store. Now we can jump onto the combat phase. Combat phase, I'm going to start, actually all of my guys here have silenced weapon. I have 5 guys ready to fire. I'm going to do all the maths off screen and show you what happened just after. Okay, so not a big surprise, I managed to kill all of them. I started with John McClane, fired 3 shots with his Mac-10, he only have 2 left. Then it was Nate Macy that fired also 3 shots with his Uzi, only 2 ammo left. Then we have Brian Gamble with the MP5 SD6, and then finally Anna Kelso with her MEU SOC that we just gained during the last mission. I didn't fire with any weapon that have an improvised silencer because the silencer will be lost. I first wanted to fire with all the weapons that have a silencer that will remain to the weapon. And yeah, so we have 4 enemy down over here. I will just add a few stats on some of the guys, I forget a couple of them. And actually, where it was John McClane just gained 1 point in agility, so that's great. So end of my combat, we can jump onto the other side of the board and see what happened over here. So over here, the rogue agent will do a rapid fire against the enemy on the back with his pistol. 5 and 2. He have a shooting stat of 5. That's pretty intense. So that's a total of 10 for that one. The enemy can't beat that. And that second one is a 5, 6 with the -1 because of the rapid fire. So 6. Rolling defense, he doesn't pass that. That means that the first shot killed him, the second shot wounded him. And actually, he was not firing at him, he was firing at the healer over here. So this guy doesn't res any of the other members. So that's the end of yeah, that's the end of the combat for him. Next turn only, this group of enemy will turn and face him and start to fire at him. So that's the end of that second turn. We can move now on to turn 3. And I always forget, first, before jumping on turn 3, I will loot that car with that one, and that car with that guy. So first, the civilian vehicle. A 2 and a 4, I don't find anything, and for the police car, on a 4, 5, 6, I found something, and on a 6, it's superior quality, it's not, so it's standard quality. Oh, cool, a CS gas grenade. Who found that? It's John C, so I will give John C that CS gas grenade. Perfect, so that's the end of that turn. We can now jump on to the next turn. Turn 3, end of my movement. I will leave that enemy group on the side. Yeah, I don't want to engage them right now, so I'm just going to move toward the store and my objective. Here we'll loot that car, that one, plus 2 of the dead bodies. But first we have the movement phase for the rogue agent. And actually he just won't move. He's just facing the enemy group with his phalanx shield. And he will just try to deflect the incoming rounds with the phalanx shield. So now we jump onto the rioters' movement. So the whole board is alerted now. They know that something is happening over here, so they will move toward that direction. So first off, let's check what this enemy group will be doing. And this enemy group will use the Zablan doctrine. 1 and a 5, 1 and a 5, careful, move and shoot, careful, c'est maximize use of cover. But right now they don't have a lot of choice, so one will move here. I guess like one will move here, the second one will move next to him, and maybe that third one will move to have a bit of cover behind that metallic barrier. After that, all the enemy placement token will move toward that direction. The one placed over here will, like, there are quite a lot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They will just move down the alley toward the gunfight. So let's move all of them and jump onto the combat phase. So I move all the enemy placement token, including that small group over here that will move toward the left part of the board, so that's great, I'm relaxed on that side. So now it's the combat phase. I will take care of that combat just after. Here I will first loot 3 civilian vehicles, so 3 loot, 3 roll on the campaign mission table. A 4 and a 3, a 4 and a 3, so 1 medicine. So that's a 6, so a double 6 intel, 1 medicine, 1 intel, and 3 and 5, and 1 building material. So we'll place that on the character sheet and do the rest of the looting. So all the cars in that area have been looted, as you can tell by the small red marker on top of them. Now I will loot those 2 dead bodies. Maybe this one too is like maybe 1 inch away. So yeah, let's loot those 3 dead bodies. I found something on a 4, 5, 6. So for the first 2, I found 1 item. For the last one, nothing on the last one. Checking quality. Oh, 6 superior quality weapon. Oh, okay. It's not always that great. Here we have a Mosin Nagant bolt action rifle. It's clearly something I'm going to sell soon on the black market because yeah, that's not what I want right now. I need some better weapons. So let's I don't have enough place. So let's place that over here. I can remove those 3 dead bodies. And we can jump onto the combat phase for the rest on the opposite side. So here, the rogue agent will again fire 2 times with this pistol on the closest enemy, which is that one. 1 and a 5. So you have a shooting stat of 5. -1 because of the rapid fire, so that's a... So that's a 9, the enemy can't beat that. And this one is a 5. This is a 5, so checking defense for that 5. The enemy also can't beat that, so the 2 bullets touch him and the 2 bullets kill him. So now it's up to the enemies. This guy over here will fire 1, 2, 3 standard fire, 4, 5, 6 rapid fire. 1, 2, 3 standard fire, so we will do a standard fire. Let's do the roll. 5 plus 2 of his shooting, that's a 7. That guy have a defense of 2 plus 1 because of the phalanx shield. Let's roll for defense for him. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, actually that's a hit. The bullet passed the phalanx shield and hit the rogue agent. Checking lethality, is equipped with a carbine lethal on a 4+. Oh, is it lethal on a 4+? Just checking the whole, what kind of weapon he have. Yeah, he have something like that. So it's lethal on a 4+. And okay, and he doesn't have any body armor. He just have a basic black shirt and a backpack. So actually, he's already dead. The rogue agent is already killed. Okay, so that's a shame. I expected a bit more. Like, looking at the angle, if the phalanx shield deflected the bullet, it could have totally hit that guy, and that could have been funny. But yeah, I guess that's already over for that rogue agent. So basically, the next turn, the alert will turn off. And the enemy will stop moving in that area. So yeah, just I need to be a bit more careful for the remaining turn. So that's it for that turn. Now I'm jumping on turn 4. Turn 4, this is what I did. So I just moved some people to start looting the military vehicles. I've entered the store. I will loot all the resources I can find in it. I'm going to loot that dead body over here, the military vehicle, with my SWAT guy, Brian Gamble. I'm ready to soon enter that building to see if my objective is in that one. And that's the end of my movement. We can jump onto the enemy movement, and for that I'm just going to roll the closest one with you, so it's that one. And it's actually moving 6 inches in that direction, so basically it will touch the wall and move 6 inches, something like that. And yeah, I'm going to do that for all the other placement token, and see you just after. End of the enemy movement, I can now loot. I have 1 shelf I can loot over here. So 3 and 1 didn't find anything. Now I have 1 dead body. So rolling on the dead body, didn't find anything on the dead body. And rolling on the MV to find an equipment. And don't find anything on the MV2. So that's the end of that turn. We can now jump onto the next turn. Turn 5. Turn 5, end of my movement. So I've placed more guys inside the store, ready to loot. I'm ready to loot that MV. And also enter the main building with Brian Gamble. I will roll a die, and on a 4, 5, 6 the objective is in that building, and if it's not, if it's in the second one. So 4, 5, 6. And it's not. Okay, so my objective is not in that building. I will need to move on to that next objective. So let's move all the enemy placement token now. So nothing too crazy on the enemy movement. I can now start to loot some stuff. So here I have 3 resources in the store. So I'm going to do 3 roll. 2 and 2, nothing. 6 and 1, 6 and 1, 1 medicine. And 5 and 2, 5 and 2, and 2 medicine. Okay, so we have 2 medicine on the store. And next we have that MV over here. I'm going to loot that one. 3, didn't find anything on that MV. So that's the end of my phase, end of the turn. Just going to add the resources, and we can jump onto turn 6. Turn 6, we actually start with 2 Fog of War cards, if you remember, or I forget maybe to tell. But this is the Fog of War, or roll, and I have 1 6 here and 4. Oh no, my bad. So we just have 1, sorry. So we just have 1. Not sure what... And actually it's clear. Okay, perfect, so nothing happened. Nothing happened on this turn. We can jump onto the movement phase. Yeah, let's move all the miniatures. End of the movement phase. I move my guy over here, trying to have a look at that token in case they move in my direction. Here I'm just going to loot more shelves. Brian Gamble move outside of the building, and yeah, next turn we'll try to move toward the objective building. Let's now move the enemies. For that, like a whale, the closest to me, I'm going to roll with you. So it's that one over here, and it actually moved back behind the ESCO barrier 3 inches in that direction, following the ESCO barrier. Okay, and actually maybe also do that one here. Oh, okay, so it moved 2 inches in my direction. Still, he can't see anything because of all those big barriers. And for those two over here, I'm going to move them all together, and they don't move. Okay, so let's move the rest and jump onto... We were turn 6 and loot everything in the store. So I move all the enemy, now I can loot inside the store. Again, I'm in contact with 3 shelves. So 3 loot, oh, 6 and 5, 6 and 5, 1 fuel, nothing here, and 5 and 3, so 1 fuel, 1 building material. So that's great, now we can jump onto the next turn. Turn 7, again, I'm looting the last 3 shelves inside the store, and here I'm advancing my guys to move on that side of the ESCO, because I'm a bit afraid on that side. There are a bit too much things happening right now, so I'm going to go that way and enter the building from that angle. So that's end of my movement. Let's check the enemy movement, where again I've placed the dice. It's here. So that one first. So it's not moving. Then that one. So it's moving. it's moving 6 inches right on the left. But right on the left we have that wall. So yeah, let's just reroll that one. So it's not moving. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the movement of the enemy. I will move the rest, and then we can loot. So we have 1 military vehicle that we can loot over here. So 2, nothing found here, and the 3 shelves inside. So 2 and 1, nothing. 3 and 2, nothing. 5 and 6, some intels. Okay, so that's great. Let's gain 1 intel and we can jump onto turn 8. So turn 8, before actually moving, I will spend some of the intel I have. I will place the rule on screen right now, if I remember to do that when I edit the video. But basically I can use some intel to unveil 1 placement token. I think the price is 3 intel to unveil 1 placement token. So I have plenty of intel in my base, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to unveil that one, and yeah, let's draw 1 card. And it's empty. Okay, perfect. Nothing over here. I'm losing 3 intel, but that's for a good cause. I know that nothing is over here, so I can move safely my team over here. Still have 1 token over here, 1 there, plus some other on the back. So yeah, as you can see, yeah, we have a couple more threats on that part of the board. But yeah, we are safe now. Let's move on to my movement phase. So end of my movement phase, I started moving my guys toward the objective over here. Here I'm starting to get outside of the store. So let's move the enemy placement token now. So first off, that one over here is not moving. Then that one is, yep, is not moving too. So we are safe, and we just have one on the roof over here. And it's also not moving, so yeah, that's great. So what else? Oh, actually, we still have one over here that I completely forget. And this one is not moving again. Okay, so we are good to go, nothing to loot. This turn, let's jump onto turn 9. Turn 9, we have a new Fog of War card. Let's draw that card. Okay. Contact front. Enemy reinforcement enter the area from a random building or table edge. Roll randomly to determine point of entry. Draw one current difficulty region card. Okay, so we have one new enemy that enters the area. So first, let's roll to define if it's a building or if it's building or table edge. So first, 1, 2, 3, it's a building. 4, 5, 6, it's a table edge. So it's a building. What choice can it be? So it can't be that one, I'm still inside. It can't be that one, we just enter that one. It also can't be the objective, since like the GTF guy are holding in that objective. So it can be either that one, so it will be 1, 2, that building, 3, 4, the Starbucks, and 5, 6, it will be the comic store. And it's a 6, so we have one enemy level 1 card that will come out of the Starbucks, of the comic store. Let's check what it will be. A 2. So okay, so it's just basically 2 simple assaulters that will go out of the comic store. Okay, so here we have our 2 new rioters that just got out of the comic store. As you can see here, we still have a lot of enemy on that side. We have 2 tokens here, 2 enemy pod. We have 1 token over here. On the back, we yeah, still a lot of potential threat on that mission. So yeah, that's my movement phase. Now let's jump onto my movement phase. So end of my movement, I move my team over here. SWAT guy is just waiting on that side in case that token arrives there. And this team here just run, so they can't do anything else that turn. Moving the enemy, starting with that token. Not moving, starting with that one. Continuing with that one. Nothing over here. And yeah, I will do the rest of screen, and we can jump on to turn the next turn. End of my movement. So I actually enter the building, and here we have our objective. So we'll now we need to get him to safety alongside the 2 GTF model. So here I'm doing just a bit of security here, and this team move to maybe engage some of the tokens that we have here on the back. Those 2 tokens join themselves, so they move as one, same as the 2 over here, they will move all together. So doing the movement, so first for that group. Ooh, okay. Let's take a ruler. Okay, so they still don't see me. They will arrive over here. So they still don't know I am here. Now for that token here, not moving, and for the 2 on the back, 5 inches on this side, behind the truck. Okay, so that's great. That's the end of my movement, end of the enemy movement. We can jump onto the next turn. And actually, what happened now, just want to change a few rules, is that for the Fog of War card, once I've done all the cards set up at the beginning, I will roll a die at the start of each turn, and on the 6th, I will get a new Fog of War card. And it's a 2, so nothing that turn, just to even add more randomness. So that's it. Now we can jump onto the movement phase. So yeah, what I'm going to do is that's tough to get out of this situation, because I can't just walk with my group over here. These 2 tokens will see me. So what I will do is that I will move this group in line of sight of that token to deal with it in case it's an enemy, and then I will take my force and go toward the exit from that direction. So let's move a couple of miniatures first. So that's it for my movement. I've taken Roy Benitez out of the building. The two GTF agents here, the one with Crouch is actually injured on his leg, so he can only move 3 inches. Now let's have a look at what is on that token. Oh, and it's actually an enemy level 1. Enemy level 1, let's roll 1 dice, it's a 3, 2 assaulter, plus 1 controller, and which direction they are facing? They are facing right in myself, so let's place down this enemy. So this is the enemy group that just spawned, 1 controller in the middle, plus 2 assault rifle. I have enough silence weapon to deal with all of them, I guess. Yeah, the one on the back, we just see his head, so we'll get a +2 in defense. So yeah, let's do the roll first. And also here will fire on the enemy on the far left. Then we have that guy. Yeah, anyway, I will just do the fire and show you what just happened. So I managed to kill all of them. And he also killed that one, John Grimes here killed that one, and my Special Forces guy fire in automatic and kill also that one. This guy here have a makeshift silencer on his BCM RC16. You have that silencer, so it's not working anymore, so all the next shot he will do with this rifle will be heard. And that's the end of the combat. Actually, there is 2 enemies that appear around the corner, but I won't start engaging them right away. We'll try to escape the board right now. So start of the next turn, first thing I'm doing is rolling 1 die to see if I have a Fog of War card. It's a 1, so nothing. I can now move on to my movement phase. End of my movement phase, so I got out of the building with Roy Benitez, my leader. Here the police officer is trying to help the injured GTF guy, and here I'm about to loot those 3 dead bodies. So first what I'm going to do is roll to define what those 2 guys are doing. Okay, so that direction, so they are basically... It's quite hard to tell. So they just move a bit back, following the wall, following the trash. So nothing to worry about on that side. And for those 2 here, so they move 4 inches following the wall, so they move 4 inches toward the Starbucks, so they move in my direction, but yeah, I'm fine with that for now. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now what I will do is actually loot the 3 dead bodies. 3 dead bodies, let's roll 3 dice. On a 4, 5, 6 I found something. And I have 1, 6, and let's roll a new dice. Checking quality, standard weapon, and it's an OTS Groza. Okay, pretty cool. That's a new weapon. Just place that here. So we are good to go now, jumping onto the next turn, starting with maybe a Fog of War card and a 2. So no Fog of War, I can now move my miniatures. So here I'm just coming back on my feet, securing the injured model, covering the back. Here Roy Benitez is moving toward the exit. Same thing over here, my SWAT guy is moving back toward the exit. Let's just check what this group will do. Okay, 4 inch on the back, so they will turn around and move on the other direction. Checking what those 2 tokens will do. Not moving. Checking what this group will do, even though they are too far, so they're moving in the opposite direction. So I think that we are pretty good. Next turn, I will just move everyone toward that area, and nobody will be able to come get me. let's just roll to see if I have a Fog of War card on that next turn, and it's a 1. So yeah, I think we can call this done. So yeah, I think this is over. Mission successful. We secure Roy Benitez, the leader of the Joint Task Force. He will basically unlock the access of the base of operation, the security wing in the base of operation. So that's pretty cool. He will also give 1 bonus point in all the stat of all the members of my Joint Task Force. So that's pretty great. And yeah, this is over. Thank you so much everyone for joining me for this new video, and I will see you guys for the next mission briefing. Bye everyone!